Chapter 6. How to Develop Magnetism by Self-Suggestion. The habit of expecting great things for ourselves calls out the best that is in us. Whatever you undertake to do, make up your mind you're going to do it. Never say, I'm going to try and do it, but say, I am going to do it. What success would an animal trainer have if he went into a cage of wild beasts, shaking with fear, even with a slight fear, saying to himself, I'm going to conquer this beast if I can, but really I don't believe I can do it. It is a pretty thought proposition for a man to attempt to conquer a wild tiger from the jungles of Africa. There may be men who can do it, but I doubt very much whether I can. He would be soon torn to pieces. An animal trainer must have bold courage. He must have a strong eye, because you show it in your eyes if you are afraid. He must have confidence back of that eye, because if he betrayed one bit of the fear, the animal would instantly detect it in his eyes and he would probably be instantly killed. Whatever you undertake, go into it with the same kind of confidence the animal trainer has to have. A man cannot try with that determination which achieves success unless he actually believes he is going to get what he is working for or an approximation to it. It is far better not to engage in a thing if you feel your heart you cannot do it. It is what we believe we can do that we accomplish or tend to. Make up your mind that you are going to make money and you can. But on the other hand, if a man starts out with believing he can make money, that one has to be lucky or fall heir to it. He will never make very much money. Be sure you are right, then go ahead, is an old maxim that always be followed. Let nothing shake your decision, but make it a part of your very constitution. It is those with this kind of grit that succeed. What do the men who achieve great things possess that the ordinary man does not? It is self-confidence. The man who has faith in what he undertakes is one who succeeds. We meet persons that we recognize are powerful. It is their faith in themselves that makes us think so. We would not think so well of them if their words were full of doubts and fears. But they radiate power and thus win our confidence the very first time we see them. We must not only believe in ourselves, but we must have others believe in us. We are dependent upon the belief of others to carry out our plans. We must make them believe in our goods, that we can run a business, pay our bills, and many other things. This is one of the uses of power personal magnetism. In this busy age, we don't have the time to thoroughly investigate another's ability. If he can make us believe that he can fill the bill, he gets the chance. Let nothing shake your decision, but make it a part of your very constitution. It is those with this kind of grit that succeed. What do the men who achieve great things possess that the ordinary man does not? The world accepts very largely a man's own estimate of himself until he forfeits its confidence. Two boys may grow up together, both have the same opportunity, but one will suddenly branch out and leave the other far behind in the business world. So what is the secret? The one had initiative and made opportunities, while the other waited for the opportunity to come to him. No one will think more of you than you think of yourself. What you are is pictured in your appearance. If you think you are just ordinary, you will appear just ordinary. The way you impress yourself is the way you will impress others. You can cultivate any qualities you desire, and when you possess them, you will express them in your face and manner. You have to feel grand to look your best. Confidence is the very basis of all achievement. There is a tremendous power in the conviction that we can do a thing. Without confidence, there could be no miracles performed. The Bible said it was through the faith that Abraham, Moses, and all the great characters were able to perform miracles and do such marvelous things. All through the Bible the importance of faith is emphasized. According to thy faith be it unto thee. Faith doubles our powers and multiplies our ability. Without it we can do little. By faith we can come in contact with the infinite power and learn the truth from the foundation source. It has always been the secret of great miracle workers. Anything that shall increase your confidence in yourself will increase your magnetism. Most of our men and women who have little amounted to anything have worked along for years and their efforts met with little encouragement, and it seemed as if there were no chance to realize their ambition. But they stuck to their task believing that in some way or other they would succeed. What would an inventor accomplish without faith? Many of them have worked years to perfect something. Often they have lived upon practically nothing so as to save the money necessary for experimentation, and if it had not been for persistent effort, they would not have succeeded. A man came to me who had wealth but no friends. He thought that no one cared for him, and they didn't, but there was a reason. He walked about as if he was nobody. He thought he could not do things like other people. He always had an apologetic air and was constantly emphasizing his convictions. He did not expect much of himself, and neither did anyone else. I took hold of this man and showed him that the good things of this world were intended for him just as much as for anyone else. He soon saw that as he began to think more of himself, that others began to think more of him, and soon he was a completely changed man. What others think of us has a great deal to do with our place in life. The larger the faith we have in ourselves, the more we will accomplish. We are not limited, remember? There is no inferiority or depravity about the man God made. The only inferiority in us is what we put in ourselves. Most of us are but a shadow of the man God patterned us after. We think thoughts that carry us downward instead of upward to the heights of superior realms. Self-deprecation is demoralization. Stand firmly upon your own ground. Don't ask as if you are weak-kneed. Assert your divinity and stand erect and look everybody squarely in the face. The trouble with most persons is they have not fostered their adverse qualities and have neglected to improve their good qualities. Don't be one of the also attended, but from this day on claim your birthright boldly and have assurance and confidence in yourself. When you associate with your fellow man, go about as if you amounted to something. Cultivate a strong, vigorous, self-complacent, victorious air. Let other people follow you instead of you following them. There is no reason why you should ever be trailing someone else. Your employer wants you to stand up like a man, as though you were the equal of anyone. He does not like an employee who has an apologetic air. If you have something to say, approach him on the equality of manhood. Those who bow and act as if they were afraid to speak, he does not like. The leave-it-all-to-you employee never amounts to anything. The one who stands up for his rights and shows that he expects to be treated like a man is treated like a man, and forces to the front when an opening comes. I have taken many a timid, shy, sensitive, shrinking person, and in a short time made him believe in himself. I just show him what he has all the latent possibilities that any man has, that he can become a man who will be looked up to instead of down upon. I teach him self-faith, and in time all of his other qualities and his strength as well. Keep this ever before your mind. No man can be greater than his estimate of himself at the moment. There are men who are real geniuses, but they never amount to anything because they do not believe they are. A man may have the ability he needs, but if he does not believe that he possesses that ability, he will not get any results. Whenever you have a longing to do a certain thing, you have the ability to do it. If you will just make up your mind to do it, the achievement will be sure. What you think you can do, dream you can do, you can do. Get in the habit of thinking that things are going to turn out right. Never think they are not. This is the secret of successful men. They expect everything they undertake to turn out right, and it does. Despite discouraging indications, they hold tenaciously to their faith and turn defeat into success. It is a fact that keeping an expectant attitude attracts the things we long for. This is done in some occult way unknown to any save occultist. Occultists believe that we have guardian angels who help us when we are worthy of being helped. Whether this is the correct explanation or not, the fact remains it is true. What are looking for is results, and you certainly can get them if you believe you can, and unwaveringly bend your effort toward this end. You can wonderfully increase your ability by self-suggestion. There is nothing as harmful as discouraging self-suggestion, such as thinking you are going to fail before you start. You can control your fate and your destiny. Don't think you are born unlucky or the fate is against you. It is very disastrous to think that way. It is impossible for success to come to you if you think you were born unlucky. If you think of failure and poverty, you are making an impression upon your subconsciousness, and you are helping it to develop unfavorable conditions. You are making inevitable that which you should be fighting against. What we call fate or bad luck is mostly caused by our own thought. On all sides you will see persons succeeding, who have no greater ability than those who are failures. You speak of them as being lucky, that's all. There is no mysterious power called destiny that helps you unless you do your part. It is you yourself that is keeping you back. You must have the right mental attitude. You must demand your right. We are all superb beings with infinite divine possibilities. Your Creator is responsible for you. You have within you omnipotent possibilities. You have inherited divine qualities, but they need to be developed. The secret of the law of financial attraction. It is possible for you to attract money, love, business, health, wisdom, harmony, happiness, strength, and anything else you wish. You have everything within you. You are a vibrating center of magnetic force and vitality. By your desire, belief, and will, you attract the elements of all things that affect you. There is a tremendous creative producing power in the perpetual rousing of the mind along the line of the desire. It develops a power to attract the things you want. You can realize your highest desire now. To do this, you must become a conscious center of veritable force. Through vibration, you can change every undesirable thing of your environment and remove your weakness. Your thoughts are powerfully created, and by constant thinking, you add a greater potency to the words you speak. Science tells us that no vibration ever the influence goes on forever. By attractive vibratory powers, you can improve your condition. Whatever you wish, think of that and never swerve from your desire. If you want to win the love of someone, never allow yourself to think you cannot. If you want prosperity, think prosperity and never of poverty. Act as if you were already prosperous. Dress as though you were. Make a mental picture of what you want to be and then see it develop. By all means, be brave, courageous, fearless. Be afraid of nothing. If you are naturally timid and shy, suggest to yourself that there is no reason why you should be afraid of anything or anyone. Hold up your head and rouse your real manhood or womanhood. Throw back your shoulders. Assert your birthright of power and equality. Look at yourself in the glass. If you think you have a weak face, you have one because you think it is weak. Think it is strong, and you can make it strong. By a little daily practice, you can cultivate courage and self-confidence. In a short time, you can build up your timid character into a strong, bold one. The more confidence you have in yourself, the more ability you will develop. Do everything you can to increase your self-confidence. The power of suggestion will help you a great deal. Never pay any attention to adverse suggestions of others. You know yourself better than they do. There is a lot of power in personal suggestion. Always act in such a way that others will see your improvement. It is a wonderful help to get to be considered progressive in a person who can accomplish things. When you meet a friend on the street, he makes a mental picture of how you appeared to him. If you seem to belong to the Boosters Club, he is quick to notice it. If you appear to be a member of the Down and Outs, he is equally observant. His opinion of you he reflects back to you. If this is as it should be, you receive his suggestion and will be a help to you. Show by your manner that you are climbing all the time, a little bit higher than you are a coming man. Never for a moment think poorly of yourself or anyone else. There is a place for you in the world, and fill it like a man. You can do the great things in life just as well as anyone else. By persistently holding positive thoughts, you can create whatever you wish. Keep in mind, nothing comes without a sufficient cause, and that cause is mental. Our character is continually being molded by our thought.